Tabletop Spotlight, brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Hey everyone, I'm AdamHarry from Bell Lost Souls with
Drake from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
And we're back with another Tabletop Spotlight. Drake, random encounters?
Yes, this is Random Encounters.
What is this?
This is a kind of card-based RPG sort of thing that was kickstarted,
Okay.
I think earlier last year.
Okay, so it's a Kickstarter, successful Kickstarter at this point.
Quite successful.
That is now in stores?
We got it from the Kickstarter.
Ah.
We were able to back it at a retailer level, so they sent us a couple copies before it was picked up through regular distributors.
Okay, cool.
So we've got kind of advanced, but it was successful. Eventually it'll get carried.
Okay, cool.
We'll just get it a little bit early.
Yeah, so it's a card game, RPG. I like these type of games because they're usually pretty quick and easy to get into, and
Yeah.
even your non-gamer friends can hop right in. So.
Yeah, so this runs for a party of like a couple people, but it's only like, if you're playing by yourself, you can get the whole thing in 20 minutes.
Oh, wow. Well, let's take a look inside Random Encounters.
All right, so this is Random Encounters. This was backed, like I said, some point, I think last year.
Yeah.
And we recently got in.
I like the
Thank
artwork.
God,
It's kind of that fun cartoony style.
Yeah, and that it really is indicative of the whole game. It's not necessarily for young kids, but it's definitely an introductory level
Sure.
RPG in a box, based mostly on cards and not really a lot of minis or
Yeah.
dice rolling or stuff like that. So this
So
is
we
the
got
rule
the-
book.
yeah,
with
rule
this
book.
nice woodland vista on it, which is very almost photorealistic. I like how they did.
It's like they took a photo and ran it through some Photoshop.
Yeah, and then like filtered it. So we'll go through that in a second. These are all the character sheets.
Whoa. And there's like 14 characters, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
this is
Okay.
all of them. They all have their stats, their health.
Big,
It's all
easy
your
to read.
Equipment slots.
Yeah.
Big old fun floppy things. And if you forget what they are, it tells
I
you
think those are
straight
character
up.
cards.
These are character cards. So it's all printed out here for you already. It's really accessible. It's easy to see what's going on. Like you got your normal fighting, you got your leader ability, and they all can be leaders, and they all
cool.
give them separate abilities for that. So
That's fun.
they kind of busted up in the class system as well. Like
Yeah.
you got a lot of different kind of archetypes here, but they're all like fully fleshed out, and
Yeah.
it's fun to pull through.
Cool. What else we got in here?
We got your counter cards, you got your loot cards.
Yep.
You know, like you need. Got weapons that go in the equipment slots like we saw.
Monsters
Basically
that you're fighting.
enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got 4 evil jellies and then
Yep.
so you gotta fight. That easy. Leader token, so you know who the leader is.
Why is the leader so important? Is that like, I mean, obviously there's leader abilities, but.
For the like ultimately it's kind of the first player token, but
Oh, gotcha.
we'll get it.
We'll get into that. Okay.
And you got some dice, you got some stars, which I think are XP.
Cool. And there's some like little gems there too.
Yeah, they look like the glass baubles, but they're definitely plastic.
Okay.
This is the extent
This is
of your
accessory,
counters.
yeah.
And all the little like kind of token markers to indicate little different
Okay.
abilities, like I'm using protection, or I'm running, or I'm doing a running attack, or some stuff.
Strength.
These are like kind of little skill
Okay.
markers.
Okay.
And then you got your boss cards. Boss monster.
Boss
It's-
monsters.
We got yourself a dragon.
He's got 15 hearts, it looks like.
Yeah, 15 hearts. You have to kill every single one of them. Are these double-sided?
Maybe. Let's open it up and find out.
Easy to open.
There we
Not
go.
like you don't have to rip nothing. They are. Yeah, I think they're double-sided.
They are. Whoa.
Lord of the Jellies. Level 1, 4.
That's a very dragon. What is that game?
Shadow of the Colossus.
No.
What, this one? Or Lord
This
of the
guy.
Jellies? I think
Dragon's
he looks
Quest.
like Kirby.
It's Dragon's Quest, man. I remember those jellies, the little gels.
So yeah, these guys are bosses, and these are like kind of their toned down version. Duke of the Jellies, Autumn Dryad. These are threats, and these are bosses.
Oh, okay.
Level 1, I think we got, level 2 takes place in the cave. You got your bosses and your threats, which are basically they're kind of like lieutenants. And then level 3, kingdom bosses.
Level 3.
And their threats.
Gotcha.
So, like, kind of tiers, like basically easy, hard mode.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. And we have this sheet, which I haven't really looked at yet. This is just Monster A, Monster B.
Health trackers?
Probably. Whoa. Somebody's
I
really
don't know what
tough.
that's for.
We'll find out, but that's pretty much everything in the box. And real quick too, that's the back of the box. So
Yeah, so there are really a lot, like most of it's going to be based off of this, but for the most part, there's not like really structured story, which gives it like kind of open
to interpretation.
Kind of feel, yeah.
Well, let's take a look through the rulebook real fast. Random counter rulebook time.
Yeah. So basically, it plays about as simple as it looks.
Okay.
The idea is
Not a bad
somebody starts as the leader, and you have your encounter deck.
Yep. Which, right here.
Yeah. So you have one of these, unless, like, say we're at the end of the game, it's a level 3 encounter. Whoever the leader is draws it. The party resolves that encounter either by doing that event, or trying to evade that trap, or killing that monster.
So, for instance, if we're playing a game with 4 players.
Yeah. 4 of us playing against this evil jelly.
The 4 is not just its hit points, it's actually times the number of players.
Right.
So in this case, this evil jelly actually has 16 hit points.
Yeah. So then say I'm the leader and I'm playing Beatrix.
Beatrix the Gentile.
I would get to attack it first. So I pick one of my skills. I'm gonna pick magic.
Probably a good call.
Then I roll the d6. I add whatever I roll to her skill, which is modified by
Armor
item cards.
Yep.
Add that together and then subtract the creature's skill. So
Yeah.
say I rolled a 3 on the die, and I had 4, so it'd be 7 minus its 2. It takes 5 damage.
Right.
And then it passes on to the next person, and everybody gets to hit them that way before the monster gets to do anything. If the party, each of us going, cannot kill the jelly, then it attacks us with it attacks all of us with a single attack roll in the same way. So
Right.
he rolls the die, say he gets like a 5 or something, because monsters actually can't get 6s, which is cool.
Nice.
Gets 5, 7, everybody gets hit with 7 magic damage. That's what the yellow outline
Yeah,
here
that's the
means.
type of attack it's going to be. And then you would compare that to your stat.
Yeah, to your stat, other way around. So Beatrix would take 3 health. A boop, boop, boop.
And you keep going from there.
Yeah, and everybody would get hit that way, and then I pass the leader token to somebody else. They keep you. Oh wait, no.
Once we finish the monster encounter, then you
Yeah.
pass the leader token.
Yeah. So after we kill it, which as we inevitably will,
Pretty much.
I draw a loot card. I keep the encounter card. I pass the leader. You do that again until everybody has 2 encounters.
And after that point,
Then you fight the boss.
boss shows up.
Which are those crazy things that we saw in there
Yeah. These right here.
that you're throwing around? Yeah.
The boss shows up.
Which suddenly these numbers make sense, and oh my god.
Yeah, because seriously, 15 times 4 with 4 people, 60 points.
That's why you need the back of the other
That's
sheet.
why we have the other sheet.
The numbers
exactly.
go that high.
And then he can use any of that, and it rolls bad times against. So yeah. Anyway, that's basic breakdown of the game.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and flip through the rule book real fast, just to show off.
Just to get a look at it.
Again, full color. It's only 25-ish, 27 pages counting the back. So full color. They actually have a video tutorial as well if you want to check that out.
Handy little QR code.
Heck yeah.
If I'm not good enough for you.
This is neat too, the little health point gems we talked about earlier, the plastic gems. Those actually go on the health track here for the heroes.
Which
So,
is indicated, their max health is indicated by these little hearts. And
Yep.
you can't really tell, but it's 1 heart, 2 heart, 3 heart. That's their max health at levels 1, 2, and 3,
right.
respectively.
And you level up in between boss fight. Well, after the boss fight,
Right.
you go back to town. You level up.
So you're playing to kill the 3rd boss. You'll level up twice.
Basically, yeah. And I mean, it's we'll get to this later too, but game time's about 20 minutes per player. So the more players you have, the longer it's gonna take.
Right, because the
you're-
longer you have to spend.
Exactly.
But also the more loot you get to get.
Bingo. We talked about most of the stuff, loot card, or we've seen some of the stuff, the loot cards. There are different types of loot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
For instance, we got Beatrix and Artina. Each of them have different slots for equipment. So,
Right.
for instance, Artina can equip 1 weapon, 1 trinket, and 1 familiar. Beatrix can equip 1 piece of armor, and 2 familiars. But Beatrix can't wield weapons at all, and Artina can't wear armor at all.
Right. And each of the heroes has a different loadout, again, with a different battle ability and leader ability and stuff like that. So, yeah. We talked about the monster health card, leader token, example player, pretty straightforward. Was there a big thing you want to talk about too, the stars, like how those work?
Oh, yeah. So those star tokens over there, everybody starts with 1, but the star on the die represents a 6.
Right.
So you have those tokens.
These stars.
And say you roll and it's a 1, you're like, oh no, it's gonna get to hit us, and I might die if you don't get to. You can spend that star token to change that die to a 6.
Right.
So you basically you're banking criticals, basically. And when you need it, you can spend that token and make sure that you get that 6.
The other thing too is that it can have an effect with the battle. So whatever.
Yeah.
The
So
battle
Artina's
is.
like group improv is her like a fix, so she's like a bard kind of thing. When she gets a natural 6, she can give somebody else a star token.
So yeah, pretty cool stuff. She then gets to reroll the attack, so which is nice. You can get some enchantments or rare loot cards. You can power up any of your equipment cards, which are cool. We kind of talked about how the encounters work and the monster cards and that example. Again, you roll to attack on offense. You don't roll on defense. They just straight up take the difference from their stat.
You defend with whatever your skill is.
Traps, those can be a little different as well. Those are basically skill checks. So, yeah, and then we talked about the different kind of events that can happen. Just kind of touch on those real fast. Battle notes, how that all goes down. It's really easy. I mean, yeah.
It's a good little Kickstarter.
Yeah, a nice
I'm
little
a
Kickstarter.
fan.
I like it. It's a fast-paced game. There's lots of heroes, so the replay value's there, I think.
Yeah, there's 14 different heroes, and
yeah, show those off real quick.
Like-
Just again, like,
and they're all fairly different. Like we got these two that they're both kind of barbarian-esque, high strength characters,
right.
but they have different armor equips. He got 2 weapons. She's got more health. He's got better agility. She is a little bit more magical.
Yeah, but there's so many different
And then
heroes.
they have completely different leader and battle abilities.
So
even among the same archetype, and it just keeps going.
14 of them in total. So
That's
there's a
really
lot of
cool.
fun. There's a lot of replay value
Yeah.
built in the game
And
already.
the adventures will always be random.
Right, because it's a random counter
Yeah.
deck, and you're
That's a
only
pretty
drawing.
thick deck to be split between
Right.
3 different things.
You're only drawing basically
Yeah.
2 regular encounters
Max
per
8.
character. Yeah,
If you're
exactly.
playing with 4 people, like at most you're gonna see 8 of those cards, and there's way more than that per region.
level. Yeah. So, yeah, really cool stuff. Random encounters. We'll top out for a really quick recap. Well, that was Random Encounters. Fun little game that was, again, successful Kickstarter, and available currently in some stores who backed it. It's probably going to be in the pipeline later on for mass
you'll
production.
definitely see it coming back up, but most stores who did back it, at least brick and mortar stores, and then I believe it's probably available online as well.
Yeah.
But it is available more or less right now.
Cool. Let's crunch the numbers on Random Encounters real quick. What's the age range for this one?
That's actually a little bit higher than what I would have expected. They print the age range at 13 up.
Okay.
I think probably just because fighting.
Maybe violence. I don't know.
We looked through the rules, we looked at all the cards. I feel like you could go a little bit lower with this.
I think if
this
they
is
can
this is a
read,
good introductory kind of thing. If for no reason the size of the card and the art style, it's really accessible, and I like what they did.
I think it's good, family-friendly fun. So go check it out. It is 1 to 4 players, and again,
you can solo play.
You can. Cool. You totally can. We did mention this earlier too. It's about 20 minutes per player. Yeah. So
it tiers up the more people you have.
That's just because you got to go through the turn more.
Flat out lasts longer. You'll experience more of the game.
Yeah. So go check it out. Yeah. It's kind of in stores now.
Retail at $40 even from RPG, Real People Gaming.
Go check it out. I'm AdamHarry from Bell Souls.
And I'm Drake with Dragons Are Comics and Fantasy.
And this has been another Tabletop Spotlight. Thanks again for watching. Tabletop Spotlight brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Thanks for watching.